Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? Contradictions and excuses. Let's talk about it. Now, before this Cotto versus Martinez fight took place, Freddie Roach, he said on 24/7, I don't want to hear no damn excuses about his legs and so on and so forth. Lou DiBella, after the fight, he praised Miguel Cotto. He said, I never thought I would see Miguel Cotto look this good at 160. There are no excuses for Sergio Martinez. Sergio Martinez himself said he's not going to make any excuses for his performance against Miguel Cotto. The only people making excuses for Sergio Martinez are some of the boxing fans. Now, I think the best way to look at this, analyze and evaluate the whole situation is logically break it down. Logically break down the excuses of Sergio claiming that he lost this fight to a much smaller fighter, to a guy that was a heavy underdog, just because he had no legs. Sergio Martinez, that is. But anyway, let's go ahead and logically break this down. Now, we already know that Miguel Cotto, he fought at 140 pounds pretty much for the majority of his career. Later on, he moved up to 147. Now, when he moved up to 154, a lot of people didn't believe that he was even a natural junior middleweight. So we know that people didn't believe that he was a full-fledged middleweight, right? Now, Sergio Martinez, on the other hand, he's fought the majority of his career at 154 and 160. So it is fair to say that he is the much naturally bigger man in this fight against Miguel Cotto. I mean, that's what we were all talking about leading up to this fight. Martinez is going to win. Miguel Cotto is way too small. He is way too small, right? Now, and of course, after Miguel Cotto beats the shit out of Sergio Martinez, now everyone has an excuse for Sergio Martinez. And the excuse is Sergio had no legs. He had knee injuries, so on and so forth. Let me ask you guys this. When a person has no legs, when a person has leg injuries so severe that is the excuse why they lost the fight, what is the first thing that goes when you have no legs? The first thing that goes, obviously, is your foot movement, right? So can someone please tell me, how is it possible that Sergio Martinez, the bigger man in the ring, circled and moved around the ring the entire night, all the way into the fight was halted? How is that possible, guys? Once again, when you don't have any legs, you usually do the opposite. Usually when you don't have any legs, it makes you stand there and fight toe-to-toe. Or it makes you, change your style up because you can't use your legs anymore. Case in point, Tim Bradley. When Tim Bradley fought against Manny Pacquiao in the rematch, Tim Bradley, he claimed he had a calf injury, right? Soon as, if you guys notice, the first couple of rounds, Tim Bradley, he was doing well. The fight was close. Matter of fact, it looked like Tim Bradley was pulling away from Manny Pacquiao in the middle rounds. And then around the 6th, 7th round, this is around the time when Tim Bradley, he injured his calf, and all of a sudden, we seen a different Tim Bradley. We didn't see Tim Bradley constantly moving around the ring, did we? What did Tim Bradley start doing? He started to stand there, fight toe-to-toe, and try to end the fight with a knockout because Tim Bradley did not have the legs. Okay? Sergio Martinez was moving around the ring the entire night. Not only that, but you also have to explain, how is it possible that Sergio Martinez, he got hurt and caught in the first minute of the fight? Once again, when it comes to Bradley versus Pacquiao, the rematch, before Bradley hurt his calf, we seen a very competitive fight. We even seen Bradley at points doing better than Manny Pacquiao in the fight. Soon as Bradley hurt his leg or hurt his calf, we seen a totally different Tim Bradley. We seen a guy flat-footed trying to knock out Manny Pacquiao. And keep in mind, Tim Bradley wasn't known for his power, but yet he was still trying to knock out Manny Pacquiao. How come Sergio Martinez, the much bigger guy, didn't get flat-footed and try to knock out Miguel Cotto? Instead, Sergio decided to exert a lot more energy by using more and more footwork or foot movement in the ring. It doesn't make sense. Logically, it doesn't make sense. If you have no legs, what are you doing using more of your legs? Some Sergio Martinez supporter sent me a message and he basically said, well, you have to understand, Sergio Martinez, he really has no upper body movement. He doesn't really have any head movement. His defense is with his legs solely, right? Here's what I'll say to that. That ain't my damn problem, and it damn sure ain't Miguel Cotto's problem. What you basically just said was Sergio Martinez is not a well-rounded fighter. What you basically just said is Sergio Martinez, he does not know how to adapt to his environment around him. He cannot adjust. I mean, with supporters and fans like that, Sergio Martinez, he don't need no damn haters, okay? Because that fan just told the damn truth. And you basically just agree with everything that I've been saying about Sergio since day one. That is correct. He doesn't have head movement. He doesn't have upper body movement. All Sergio Martinez has is a 1-2 and foot movement, okay? And even when Sergio Martinez uses his foot movement, he still gets hit on a regular, okay? Like I said, go back to all of his fights, Darren Barker, Matthew Macklin, Martin Murray. Hell, you could even go past that. You can even go to the Kermit Cintron fights. This man, Sergio Martinez, has always had problems with his defense. Because just like that Martinez fan said, Sergio Martinez, he has no head movement and he has no upper body movement. That explains why he has no defense. You can't just move around the ring and not have natural head movement. I'm hearing fans say if Sergio Martinez was in his prime, then Miguel Cotto wouldn't have even been able to compete with Sergio Martinez. Do you guys know how ridiculous that sounds? First of all, like I said, someone just admitted already, we're talking about a guy who has no head movement and has no upper body movement. You can go all the way back to the fights against Paul Williams and Kelly Pavlik because those are the two best wins that Sergio Martinez has had in his career. Correct? You guys agree with that, right? Now let's look at the Paul Williams fight, for example. That was a great win for Sergio Martinez. That was his most impressive win, no doubt about it. But I would encourage everyone to go back and watch that fight. Watch what took place before the knockout. And what you will see is Sergio Martinez constantly holding on the inside. You would see a very close fight. Matter of fact, you can almost argue that Paul Williams was winning the fight before Sergio Martinez landed the knockout punch. The point that I'm making is, even in the Paul Williams fight, Sergio Martinez, he showed flaws. And he bailed himself out of a problem with the knockout punch. Once again, it was one of the most vicious knockouts that I had ever seen at that level. But at the same time, Sergio Martinez, he showed the same type of flaws that he shows today. His other big win was against Kelly Pavlik. Now, Kelly Pavlik, this was another fight where Sergio Martinez, he had a lot of problems with Kelly Pavlik. He got knocked down, and, he even second-guessed himself. He talked about how he started second-guessing himself in the Kelly Pavlik fight. But later on, he started to outbox Kelly Pavlik and take charge of the fight. That was once again another great win for Sergio Martinez. You know what Kelly Pavlik and Paul Williams both have in common? Both of these fighters were easy to hit. Both of these fighters had a lack of defense, and they would stand right in front of you the entire night. Okay? So the point that I'm making is Sergio Martinez, two biggest wins came over two opponents that were very similar, lacked defense, and one was extremely flat-footed, and Kelly Pavlik. All right? Now, when it comes to Miguel Cotto is something that Sergio Martinez had never faced before. He had never faced a guy who had more speed than he did, who knew how to box, and had a better defense than he did, and had an amateur pedigree. Remember, Sergio Martinez didn't really have an amateur background. He started boxing very late in his life, okay? This is why it makes no sense when people make these excuses saying if Sergio Martinez had his legs, he would have beat Cotto so easy it wouldn't have even been a competitive fight. That sounds ridiculous. What would Sergio Martinez have done different? What would he have done? Moved around the ring even faster? Would he have thrown the left hand faster? Would he thrown the jab faster? It doesn't make sense. This is Sergio Martinez. Once again, Sergio Martinez is a guy that moves around the ring, puts his hands down, tries to hit you with the basic 1-2. He tries to set things up with the right jab so that he can land his left hand. That's all. That is what Sergio Martinez is. Sergio Martinez is not a masterful defensive fighter. Sergio Martinez, he's not really good at finding a new solution when plan A is not working. I've already watched this fight twice, and I'm going to go watch it again after I make this video. Miguel Cotto took away Sergio Martinez's right jab, and he took away Sergio's left hand. This is the reason why Sergio Martinez, he started throwing that left hand downstairs, because he realized there was no open target upstairs. Okay? Even Floyd Mayweather would say after he fought Miguel Cotto that he's very hard to hit with clean shots. Austin Trout, he said the exact same thing. Miguel Cotto, he keeps his guards up very high, kind of like a Ike Corte or a Winky Wright. But he moves his head more on top of that than those fighters do. I mean, to say Sergio Martinez lost this fight because he couldn't use his legs, that's like saying if hypothetically Marcos Maidana were to beat Floyd Mayweather, and then someone were to say, well, the only reason he beat Floyd Mayweather is because he didn't let Floyd Mayweather move around the ring, or he didn't let Floyd Mayweather fight in the center of the ring. He kept Floyd Mayweather on the ropes. But see, that didn't happen with Floyd Mayweather. Why? Because Floyd Mayweather, no matter where you fight him, if he's fighting on the ropes, if he's fighting wherever, he's going to find a way to adjust. And Sergio Martinez could not do that. Speaking of Floyd Mayweather, this brings me to my next subject, which is contradictions in the sport of boxing. Now, let me ask all the fans that supported Sergio Martinez and you defended him, saying it was because of his legs, he shot, so on and so forth. When it comes to the dumbass fans, let me ask you this question. When it comes to Floyd Mayweather, who is the fighter that these fans always say beat Floyd Mayweather no matter what you say? Who is it? It's Jose Luis Castillo, right? Now, even though Floyd Mayweather had a disability, just like people claim Sergio Martinez had one, why aren't these same fans that's defending Sergio Martinez for losing not defending Floyd Mayweather for winning when he had a disability, when he had an injury? You guys see the double standards and the contradictions? See, when Floyd Mayweather had his disability and he was fighting Jose Luis Castillo, Floyd Mayweather didn't get dropped 3 times. Floyd Mayweather didn't get dominated to where he was forced to quit. Floyd Mayweather still won the fight. Not only did the judge pick him, but also 12 writers were there. And out of the 12 writers, 8 of those writers had Floyd Mayweather winning the fight. How come Sergio Martinez couldn't do the same thing? And how come Sergio Martinez fans, they're not defending Floyd Mayweather like they defended Sergio Martinez? That's all I got to say, guys. I'm on to the next one.